Hi everyone. So in the last class, we have discussed about the basic introduction part of the .NET and how to create console app or console application. So and then in the console application, so console is nothing but a simple command prompt in our Windows. So whenever we are creating console applications means we are going to interact with the command prompt of the Windows to execute our program. So there we are going to print the output of our program. We are going to take data into our program by using methods. Okay, so to do IO operations in the console app, so we are going to use some methods, right? So inside of the console class, so console is a predefined class which is available in C sharp or which is available in .NET in C sharp programming language. So it is a part of the FCL framework class library. So class library is a collection of the classes which we are going to use those classes to perform some operations in our program. Okay. Then here system is a namespace, predefined namespace in the C sharp.net. So inside of this namespace we have different classes like string class, text class, console class, right? So like that. So here we are going to use the console class. We are going to use the console class to print data onto the command prompt and to read data from the command prompt, right? So then we are going to observe what these methods will do. So write method writes the data onto the command prompt. When you execute the program, so command prompt will get open. So on that command prompt we are going to write this data. Okay, then after that the next method I am going to use write method only. So this is console. I wanted to print this data application. Okay then. So every statement in the C sharp program should get end with the semicolon. Okay then. After that, I will use one more method console dot write line. Write line method. So what is the difference between write method and write line method? We are going to discuss. So now this is console application in C sharp dot net. Okay. Close it. After this, I am going to use one more method, write method. I will use write method in C sharp.net. So here write something. There is console application in C sharp.net. I print some other data. So inside uh, class one, just we are going to print some data. Okay. Then. So these are the four statements which I had written in the main method of the class 1. Okay, so this is a class which contains only one main method. So what is main method? So main method is a predefined. So the name of the main method should like this only. The M should be capital because this is the entry point of your program. Where your program going to get executed means from this point onwards compiler will execute your program. It will search us for the main method. First of all, whenever you are executing a C sharp program file, so first of all it will search us for the class, and inside of that class a main method is available or not, it will check for the main method. If main method exists, then it will execute the main method first, right? So that's why the name of the main method should be like this only. The M should be capital. So here I am not going to deal with the string array args. That's why I didn't place those string array args. So main is the entry point into your program. Main method, entry point of program execution. Entry point of program execution, and then after that, so when you execute this program, what will happen? So if I consider this as a command prompt or command window where you can able to see the output, and then so console dot write method, what write method will do, it will print the data whatever you pass into this method. This is the data which I passed into the write method. Okay, so now what will happen is, if you consider this as the command prompt will get open when you execute the program, and then the data will get printed. So this is console. So printing is completed, right? So after completion of the printing of the data, cursor is not going to move to the next line, right? Cursor will wait only in this position because of the write method. Okay, so what write method is going to do? So write method is going to write the data which you pass. After printing the data, cursor will wait in the same line. Cursor is not going to move to the next line. Cursor will wait here only. Okay. So if we have next upcoming methods in our program, yes, we have next upcoming methods, right? So what is the next method? We have another write method is there. So the purpose of this write method is to write this data onto the command prompt or console. Console is nothing but the command prompt. Now, so from where this particular data is going to get printed? So from this position onwards, here the next data is going to get written. Right, now this data will get prints in the same line, because write method is not going to push the cursor to the next line, right? So then what is the next method? Write line method, right? So after execution of this write method, cursor will wait in the same line. Okay, so then here the thing, the next method is not write method, the next method is a write line method. Then write line method purpose is also same. It will print the data whatever you pass into the method. Okay. So then here in csharp.net, after printing this data, now the difference between write and write line method is, now the cursor is not going to stay in the same line. So cursor automatically it will move to the next line. Cursor will be placed here, right? So if you have any next upcoming write methods in your program, that data is going to get write in the next line. Now the next method is write method inside class 1. So from here the data is going to get written in the command prompt class 1. Now, so because this is a write method, now the cursor is going to stay in the same line. So this is what will happen when these methods are being executed, and this is the main difference between write method and write line method. So after execution of the write method, cursor or control is not going to move to the next line. Whenever write line method is executed, cursor will move to the next line. This is the difference. And when you execute this program, we cannot able to observe this command prompt. Command prompt will get open and your statements will get executed immediately at the end of your program. This is the end of your program, right? So whenever the method get completed, execution of the method get completed, the command prompt is going to get closed, right? You can able to observe the output, right? So what needs to be done? If you want to observe this output, then use one more method, which is console.read, right? So what is the purpose of the read? Read key, read line. So here the thing is, read method reads the next character from the command prompt, which is going to be given by the user, right? So read purpose. Read means read the data which is entered by the user. So command prompt will get open, user will type some data, so that data is going to read by the method read, right? So here now, if for example, if we execute this program, then cursor will wait here. We can able to see this window in an opening state. Still the user types some data, like, so for example, if you consider user typed or user entered a character G, and after that if he hits enter, then your program is going to get terminate, right? Now the command prompt will get close. What is happening here means, this character is going to get read by this method console.read. So read method is going to read the next character from the command prompt, right? So here if you want to keep the command prompt in the waiting state, use this method read, right? Generally it is not that purpose. The purpose of the read key, read line methods are to take the data from the user from the command prompt. Now how many methods are there like this? So three methods are there mainly: read method, console dot read. What this method is going to do? Here read method reads next character. It will read character only, okay? Next character from command prompt, okay, or console. And returns, what it will returns? Returns ASCII value of that character. ASCII value of that character. If you consider keyboard, on the keyboard so many keys are there. On every key, a particular symbol is getting printed, right? Symbol representation is there. A symbol will be there on each and every key. So that symbol is nothing but a character. It may be a digit, it may be a special character, or it may be a number. Okay. So then, for each and every character, ASCII is given a means for each and every character a ASCII number will be there. In Google you can able to search ASCII table. In Google you search ASCII table. So in that table you can able to find like character. You can able to find character and it's a ASCII number and it's ASCII value. It is not number. It is called as ASCII value. You can find ASCII values of the characters from the ASCII table. You can able to search it in the Google. Now, what read method is going to do? Read method is going to return that ASCII value of that character. Right? It means that read method is going to give you a integer value, int value. Right? ASCII numbers are integers. For all the keyboard characters, a specific value is prescribed by ASCII. So that value is going to return by the read method by reading the character which is typed in the command prompt. Okay. So then after that, one more method is there, read key. Console.read key. What this method is going to do? So read key reads information of a particular key. It reads the information of a particular key. In some applications, we might have observed that hit enter to continue, hit escape to exit. If you hit escape button, you can able to exit from the application. If you hit enter, the application will continue to execute, right? So here, how your program is detecting whether you hit the escape button or whether you hit the enter button. So such a kind of method is this one, right? So read key reads the key information which is hit by the user. If user is hitting escape button or enter button or any other button, what the button user hits, that information is going to get read by the read key. So by reading the kind of key which is hit by the user, you can change the process of execution, right? So then after that, then one more method is console.read line. Now what is the purpose of console.read line? So read line method is going to read the data or characters which are entered by the user, in the command prompt and returns that data in the form of string. Returns the data in the form of string. It means that always read line method returns you a string data. So then in your program, by using typecasting, you can able to convert this string data into the required data type in your program. So these are the basic input output operations which you can able to perform in your console application by using write line and read key read line methods in console app. So we'll continue it in the next session.